Hey guys, so I would just like to point out the obvious already, which is that today I look a little bit like a labradoodle, and I can't do anything about that. This is just the way that I look, and I decided that I really couldn't put on makeup and I really couldn't brush my hair because it would simply just be too much for the day. But I figured that if anything, it would kind of go with today's topic, which is all about the embarrassing things that have happened to me. What better way to commemorate embarrassing things than by looking like an embarrassing thing myself? So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is the time that I was at a frat party, as most of these stories are going to take place. But I decided that it would be a really good idea to pregame the pregame. And in hindsight, I guess that really wasn't a good idea and also was never a good idea. So take this as a lesson. But I got extremely drunk before the pregame and then decided to continue drinking when the pregame was going on. And my friends were like, maybe we should take her home. I don't know. And then, in my fashion, normally I just resurrect and I'm like good to go. So they just assumed that this would happen. So they're off the hook for this one because normally I can hang. This particular instance, however, I could not hang, and I guess I disappeared for a little while. Like we're on the dance floor, I'm chugging out of like a $9 handle of liquor. And the next thing that you know, one of the boys in this frat was yelling to my best friend Lily and was like, "Do you know a Zoe, Pugh? Like, do you know a Zoe?" And she was like, yep, I do. And she already knew that something bad was coming. But then, he told her what had happened, which was that I went and I laid on his floor. I didn't know this boy, mind you. Just a random floor. And I peed on it. Now, I didn't hover over it and pee. I didn't like squat down and pee. I laid there and fell asleep like this, a lot like Jesus, except nothing like him at all, and just pissed my pants, just literally soaked them. And what was even better was that they weren't my pants. I had actually borrowed my friend's pants that night, so suffice to say, no one was happy at all, and I had to get carried out. Now this is like a really weird thing. This is not weird on my part for the first time, but very weird on this dude's part. I don't even remember how I came in contact with this man. I don't know if it was via Instagram DM or like Bumble or some shit, but I had plans to go get drinks with this guy. And this is in State College. Like I'm at Penn State. I'm not like trying to go on like a fancy date with this man. I really just wanted to go to the bar, so I was like, okay, let's not make it too serious. I'm gonna bring a friend. So I bring my friend Hannah, who again is my hooded Kermit, and I told him that. I was like, yeah, like you want to meet me out with my friend? We're going out to P-Man tonight. It'll be a good time. He was like, yeah, sure. So this dude is at the bar. I'm like waiting for him, whatever, and he's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm with my dad. I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? You're with your dad? Like your father? Like your real father? Biological. And he was. He brought his dad to get drinks. So him and his dad and his friend, they all come over and they're all talking to me. I'm like meeting his dad, like shaking his hand. He's asking me about like what I'm doing in school, and I hate that question because, I never really had any idea what I was doing in school. And it was just the most uncomfortable thing. Like, he sat down, he was getting drinks with us, and see, that wouldn't have been so bad because honestly, his dad was pretty cool. The guy was okay, his friend was okay, but I liked the dad, nice guy. But I had left, well, not left, I had gotten up to go talk to another friend, whatever, and these guys left, and left us with our entire drink bill, me and my friend Hannah. And we ended up paying, I'm not even kidding, each like over $100 for these motherfuckers tabs. Like, are you kidding me? At least buy your own drinks. I'm not even asking you to buy mine. But like, they were ordering like fancy, girly, prissy drinks. Like bowls. I didn't even know that this bar had drinks like this because it's like a shithole bar. But yeah, turns out you can get those there, and he put them all on my card, which you absolutely love to see. So the moral of the story is never find guys on the internet because they're bad news. Okay, now the last story is definitely my most shameful, I'd say. This will haunt me for the rest of my whole entire life. Oh God, I still can't, it makes me sick. Like, I could throw up thinking about this story. I was drunk again, and I'm out at a bar, and I don't really know exactly what I was trying to accomplish, but, well, I mean, I guess I do know what I was trying to accomplish, because I Snapchatted a picture of myself like this, and the caption said, "Would you like to have sex?" That's already embarrassing if you're just sending it to a dude, but luckily, I was so drunk that I didn't just send it to this dude. Actually, I didn't even send it to the guy it was intended for at all. I sent it to my mom. I sent it to my mom, the woman who gave birth to me. I sent it to her. And I found this out because she Snapchatted me back. She Snap texted me and she said, no thanks. So I see it from her in the morning, and I was like, why is she Snap texting me? Like, what did I send her? And then she said that. I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you asked me to have sex. She's like, I hope that wasn't intended for a guy. I'm like, oh no, that was just a joke. Like, I was just kidding. I thought it would be funny. I was just too drunk to know that wasn't funny. Lie, 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 lie. All of it was a lie. I was like, how do I get out of this? No, she just accepted that story. Does she believe it? Probably not. Mom, if you're reading this, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Luckily, I got to actually see this Snapchat for myself because I guess I sent it to all of my best friends at the time who were all female and my mom. Because one of my other best friends, she put it on Twitter. She was like, when your friend Snapchats the wrong person. And there it was, the screenshot of me. And luckily for all of you guys, I have it as well. And you could look at it. Isn't that a shameful girl? Alright, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you could get some sort of pleasure out of my pain. That's really why we live our lives at the end of the day, right? Right? But if you did enjoy it, make sure that you give me a thumbs up, if you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.